Welcome, everyone, to this explainer. Look, if you're a focused learner, a power user, or a serious gamer who is just constantly hitting the ceiling of what your smartphone can do, you're exactly in the right place. Today, we're breaking down the absolute limits of mobile performance by looking at the Honor Win series. We're going straight to the data to see exactly how this device is engineered to be the ultimate no-compromise solution for top-tier performance. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. Today, we're hitting 5 main pillars: core performance and turbo cooling, the massive 10,000 milliamp hour super battery, the eye care gaming screen experience, the ultra clear steady portrait camera, and finally, the Yo-Yo agent and smart system. Starting with Section 1, core performance and turbo cooling, we are solving the heat and processing bottlenecks here. Because let's be real, the biggest headache for power users is figuring out how to run an elite 3nm chip at peak performance without literally melting the phone in your hands. To solve this, Honor uses what they call the esports performance iron triangle. We're talking about the 3nm Snapdragon 8 Elite mobile platform hitting speeds up to 4.6 GHz. Add to that LPDDR5X Extreme Edition memory with blazing 10.7 gigabits per second read and write speeds, plus UFS 4.1 storage hitting 4.2 gigabytes per second. Basically, taking all that dense technical jargon and translating it to the real world, it means a silky smooth, zero-lag experience no matter how intense your rendering load gets. But all that raw processing power creates serious heat, which brings up a pretty wild question about how they cool this thing down. How fast do you actually think the industry's highest speed internal fan spins inside a smartphone? The answer is 25,000 RPM. Seriously, 25,000 revolutions per minute. And what's absolutely mind-blowing is that they crammed this incredibly fast fan into a tiny internal volume of just 0.666 cubic centimeters. It is a total micro-engineering marvel, right in your pocket. So how does that compare? Well, standard mobile cooling usually just relies on passive heat dissipation and a single airflow. The Honor Win turbo cooling system, though, uses a dual 360-degree surround air intake and a direct SoC cooling channel. It's an active cold air straight to the source approach that actually drops the chip temperature by 7 degrees Celsius. That's exactly how it sustains heavy 3D rendering without any of that frustrating thermal throttling. And if you want proofs that this hardware synergy actually works, just look at the Antutu benchmark score, 4,409,382. That is a staggering number that completely shatters previous performance ceilings. It really proves this thing is a total beast. All right, Section 2, the 10,000 milliamp hour super battery, endurance that eliminates battery anxiety. Now, you might be wondering, how on earth do we power that massive elite chip and an active fan for hours without living next to a wall outlet? Well, this brilliantly illustrates the sheer scale of the Shanghai Lake battery's real-world stamina. On a single charge, you're getting 16.4 hours of intense gaming, 19.5 hours of watching anime, or a ridiculous 31.3 hours of scrolling short videos. You can literally game all day and all night. But hey, massive capacity shouldn't mean massive waiting times, right? The charging options here are super versatile. You've got 100-watt wired supercharge to rapidly fill that huge battery, 80-watt wireless supercharge for high-speed, cord-free convenience, and even a 27-watt wired reverse charge, meaning your phone basically moonlights as a heavy-duty power bank for all your accessories. Moving to Section 3, the eye care gaming screen experience. Sensory immersion meets vision protection. Let's shift our focus to this 6.83-inch OLED display, because this number right here is a total game changer, 185 Hz. Eye strain during long sessions is such a common problem, but this native ultra-high refresh rate leads the entire industry. For competitive gamers, this gives you a crucial zero-frame aiming advantage. You are going to spot and react to opponents fractions of a second faster than they can even see you. So the crucial point is how this display manages to protect your eyes while pushing that much speed. It uses 5920 Hz ultra-high frequency PWM dimming. Basically, the screen flickers at a rate completely invisible to the human eye. By mimicking natural light, it officially achieved a zero-risk eye care certification. No more dry eyes, no more headaches. Plus, the dynamic range ensures perfect visibility anywhere. We're talking 6,000 nits of peak brightness for crystal clarity out in the blazing sun, and it drops all the way down to a 1-nit hardware dark mode for reading in bed. Pitch black room or bright summer day, the screen adapts flawlessly. And don't forget, this thing is built for the real world. You'd think cooling vents would make a phone fragile, right? No way. Despite the internal fan, the device is totally sealed. It's got IP68, IP69, and even IP69K ratings. It can handle dust, full water immersion, and even high-pressure hot water washes. It also has a 3D ultrasonic fingerprint scanner, so you can unlock it instantly, even if your hands are soaking wet. Section 4. The Ultra Clear Steady Portrait Camera, capturing moments without missing a beat. Historically, if you bought a gaming phone, you knew you were getting a terrible camera. But the Honor Win completely throws that stereotype out the window. It packs a flagship triple lens setup, a 50-megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization, and a massive 1.56-inch sensor. Then a 50-megapixel telephoto lens, giving you 3x optical and up to 100x digital zoom, also with OIS to keep those long shots perfectly steady. And to round it out, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide macro camera with a 112-degree field of view. But honestly, what makes this hardware truly pop is the AI layered on top. Say you're trying to photograph a crazy fast sports play or a hyper dog. The AI-powered Eagle Eye Capture just freezes the action perfectly. Or imagine you take this amazing portrait, but your shirt is completely wrinkled. The AI Magic Retouch literally smooths out the wrinkles from your clothes right there in the photo. It is a lifesaver for fast-moving or messy shots. And that brings us to Section 5, the Yo-Yo Agent and Smart System, killing everyday friction with Magic OS 10. So the underlying AI here acts like this incredibly smart, lazy-friendly companion that just does the heavy lifting for you. Let's move to the Wyomayo memory workflow to see how this builds out. Step 1, just swipe down with 3 fingers anywhere. Step 2, the AI instantly saves and categorizes whatever you are looking at. Step 3, it generates a summary and automatically syncs it across all your devices. Boom, instant cure for information overload. And that AI magic is woven into basically everything. Take a screenshot of a concert ticket, the AI recommends adding it to your calendar. There's YOY Wi-Fi Smart Connect that finds and joins networks automatically. CarLife Plus for your vehicle, and get this, cross-brand file sharing that actually works smoothly with iOS devices and PCs. It's a proactive assistant, not just a passive piece of tech. Of course, zero-lag processing and endless battery don't mean a thing if your connection drops. Standard connectivity struggles in weak signal areas for sure, but the Honor Win uses a dedicated Honor C1 Plus chip paired with 24 surround antennas to cut weak network game lag by a massive 15%. It makes sure your network actually keeps up with your hardware. Bringing it all together, this quote really hits the nail on the head for today's explainer. The Honor Win translates raw, highly technical specifications into tangible, friction-killing solutions for the power user. We've seen how every single hardware and software choice directly benefits you by just removing the hurdles that normally slow us down. So, I want to leave you with this. With active internal cooling, a 10,000 milliamp hour battery, flagship cameras, and elite AI features, does the Honor Win mark the end of the traditional single-purpose gaming phone? The lines are definitely blurring forever. Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this deep dive. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I will see you on the next explainer.